Good morning. This is View from the Pew. It is Tuesday morning, August the 18th, 2020, and we are looking at the commands of Jesus Christ. And we're walking with Jesus today at a place called Caesarea Philippi, in which he asks his followers, who do people say that I am? Who do people say that the Son of Man is? And we've looked on Sunday morning at the coming of the Son of Man. We know that's a powerful picture of the Messiah. And then Peter chimes up and he says, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. And Jesus says to him, my Father in heaven revealed that to you. And then he says this, and I want to take a command from this, and the command is simply this: build your life on the rock of Jesus Christ. Build your life on the rock of Jesus Christ. And I also say to you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it. And I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. And I'll stop right there, because Jesus said, upon this rock, and he literally says, I say to you that you are Peter, that's a little rock. And then he says, upon this rock, I will build my church. And there's been a lot of controversy about what upon this rock means. I'm going to tell you what I believe from the rest of Scripture. First, I don't believe it means Peter. I know that some people believe that the church is built on the rock of Peter. Well, he's a little rock, but he's not the rock. And the church is not built on Peter. Also, it's not his confession. Although that confession is incredibly important, it's not built upon the confession. The church is built upon Jesus, and I honestly believe that if we were standing there and we saw what Jesus was doing, we would have seen this gesture. Don't know it for certain, speculation, but this is what I believe. He would have looked at Peter and said, you are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church. You are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church. Or, Brother John, what makes you say that the rock that Jesus was talking about was himself? Simply because when you get over to the books of 1st and 2nd Peter, Peter specifically calls Jesus the cornerstone, which is the foundation rock of building any building. Nobody else is. He's the cornerstone. 1 Corinthians 3. Paul says, there can be no foundation laid but the foundation of Jesus Christ. You must build your life upon the foundation of Jesus Christ. And just to add to that, Matthew 7, the wise man builds upon the rock, and that's building upon the teachings of Jesus Christ. So at the bottom of all this is that wonderful hymn that says, on Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand. So I'm here to tell you that I believe and will live as such, that the rock is not Peter that I build my life on. The rock is not even the confession, as important as that is, that he is the Christ, the Son of the living God. The rock is Christ himself. And when you build on that rock, the very gates of Hades or hell cannot prevail against you. So take comfort in that. Pray God gives you a great Tuesday. I want to encourage you, if you get a chance, come join us tomorrow night as we continue our study in the book of James. I think it's James 5, 7 through 11, as we talk about patience, something we all struggle with probably at one time or the other. So 6:15 p.m. tomorrow night, please come join us. God bless and have a great Tuesday.